Hey there YouTube, France Hopper here. It's Friday the 9th of February, and tonight we are going to unbox something from the mysterious AI. Actually, they're not very mysterious at all. In fact, you probably know some of their products. If you have an iPhone, you know who AI is. If you have a Macintosh, you know who AI is. If you've ever ordered anything directly from Apple, you know who AI is. That's right, we are going to unbox something from Apple tonight, and if you guessed from the size of this that it might be a HomePod, well, you would be correct. That's right, tonight we are unboxing the new HomePod. This probably should be interesting. Apple really hasn't done the speaker market since the iPod Hi-Fi, which kind of failed miserably. And early reviews of the HomePod have been really mixed. Most of them have been saying the sound quality is really good, but for a smart speaker it's actually pretty dumb, because Siri is kind of limited in what she can do on the HomePod. So we'll see how that goes. Worst case scenario, I just stick with my Echo, which really can't be beat. Amazon by far is leading the smart speaker market, but I've heard that the sound quality on one of these is so good it can beat a Sonos Play 5. And that's saying something, because this is technically a mono speaker. You get kind of stereo sound out of here. It'll, automatically tune itself and everything. But the Play 5 actually has a dedicated left and right channel, unlike Sonos's Play 1, which is just mono. So, if one of these can beat a Play 5, I really wonder what you would be able to do with two of these, especially when the stereo pairing functionality comes out later in the year. But anyway, this is the box. As you can probably tell, that's the top of it, which is the top of the HomePod. The side of it looks like a HomePod. You got the Apple logo, another HomePod there, another Apple logo, and on the bottom, what do you have on the bottom? You have some kind of boring text and legal stuff. Obviously, you can probably tell how this box is going to open. It's going to slide up. And if you might have noticed, there's a little tiny green arrow there. So, let's see. Oh, that's interesting. There's like a little hook here. How in the world does this actually open? It's pointing up. There we go. Aha! Alright, so it kind of just all falls apart like so. Works for me. Not quite as cool as the unlocking mechanism of the Play 5. I do still very much like the box of the Sonos Play 5. That was a really beautifully engineered box. If you don't know what it looks like, well, you're in luck. I got an unboxing video of that too. So here we have the HomePod. Ta-da! And that's actually a pretty decent size. It's a little bit smaller than I was expecting, which is another thing a lot of early reviews have mentioned, is that it's really difficult to get a sense of what the size of a HomePod is until you really see one. And oh, that feels good. That mesh actually feels really cool. I like that a lot, actually. That's a really nice feeling. You have a pull slip here to reveal the display, which is actually just a bunch of LEDs doing some trickery to make the animated Siri waveform, as well as your plus and minus buttons. It's mostly tap control. You can see those controls on Apple's website. Tap for play, pause. I think it's 2 to skip, 3 to go back. But let's take it out of the box in full. So here is the cord. This is actually a nice kind of like woven cord. On the bottom, oh man, this smells new. Wow! Oh, There's a, smells like audio. It's a nice black Apple logo on the bottom there. And all the way around, it's, you know, just a really neat mesh acoustic fabric. Power cord again is braided and attached to the device, so if you break it, you're kind of SOL. Looks like there's no grounding plug on this cord, it's just 2 prongs. You might be able to see it there. And we of course have the usual Apple literature of designed by Apple in California. Let's take a look at what we have in here, just really quick. Probably a, you know, quick start guide and stuff. I don't think Apple does stickers anymore. Oh, what's this thing? I lied. Apple still does stickers. Actually, I haven't seen an Apple sticker in a package for some time. I'm a little impressed with that. So, we have the boring legal shenanigans. We'll skip that. And then we have the getting started. Now, the other thing with the HomePod is you really do have to be locked into the Apple ecosystem to set one of these up as well as use it, really. It pretty much does Apple Music and iTunes, and that's about it. That's the setup instructions. Pause if you want to read those. Let's see. Some things that you can ask of Siri and how to control it. And that's really it. Let's see. The manual says it's printed in China. I don't know if the HomePod itself actually is directly from China or not, because this actually shipped directly from California. I was really kind of surprised when I got the UPS shipping notification for that. Alright, I am going to pause and plug this thing in, and then I'll kind of give you a little look at what setting it up looks like. So, be back in a few. Alright, so I'm back. I think this is where I'm going to put the HomePod for now. So let's go ahead and plug it in and see what happens. Hopefully, I have picked the outlet that is not switched. Yep, I don't think you can see it from there, but we have a little spinning white orb as this boots up. It's kind of cool. Ooh, I felt that. And now it just kind of blinks. So, the way you set the HomePod up is on your iPhone. Again, you really need to be locked into the Apple ecosystem to do this, but setting a HomePod up is actually a lot like setting up the AirPods. It's actually kind of neat. So let's get screen recording going here. Nice thing about iOS 11, that's built in now. So if I hold my phone near the HomePod, I'm probably going to have to actually lock and unlock it. Yep, let's do that. And let's actually move my phone away from it. That way I can get it on the screen recording. There we go. So move your phone close to it, it pops up. Let's set up the HomePod. And it's automatically importing everything from HomeKit, so I don't know, it's kind of between my bedroom and my living room. Let's call it living room. And we'll skip music. We'll enable personal requests and agree. Transfer settings, and it's setting up. And that tone's actually significant because the iPhone's actually listening for that tone. It's actually using that to set it up. That's actually the pairing tone, so to speak. And I hope this is still recording. I can't tell because my red bar is missing, so If I miss the setup bit, sorry.
Hi, I'm Siri. Welcome to HomePod. You can't tell, but I'm waving. To get my attention, say, "Hey Siri, let's try it." Say, "Hey Siri, what can you do?"
And so, animates as she's talking. And on the phone it's saying, try asking me, "Hey Siri, what can you do?"
I can do lots of things, like turn on the lights, give you a news update, and tell you about the weather. Now you try. Say, "Hey Siri, play some music."
And there you have it. So on the phone it lists some of the things you can do. You can control the home, you can do news, weather, and music. And let's see. Hey Siri, play Hero of Time by Eric Buckles.
Sorry, I couldn't find Hero of Time in your music. If you have an Apple Music subscription, check the Home app associated with this HomePod to make sure it's set up.
Oh well. Hey Siri, shuffle my music.
Playing all songs, shuffled. Remember, anytime you have a question, just say, "Hey Siri."
And now, we just have a plus and minus. So there you go. That's the HomePod. That's what it looks like. I'll turn the volume down there, and that'll about do it. And that's unboxing the HomePod. Setting it up is really easy. That sounded really good already. Neat thing about this is as soon as you move it, there's an accelerometer built in, so it knows that it's been moved, and it just automatically tunes itself again. So, with that, that's it.